Wound is a place through which light enters you. Rumi. There is nobody in the world who doesn't feel complete. We all feel incomplete in some other way. We all feel that we have been lacking few things, maybe physiologically, yeah, socially, financially. We always we always want something. In fact, we keep postponing living life. We think as a student that we'll complete our education and then we'll live our life to the fullest. And once we are at job, then we think about getting married, and then we think, once we have a good bank balance, big house, own house, then we'll start living our life. And it continues just before the deathbed, or maybe on the deathbed when it's too late for us. Then we repent so badly that alas would have lived our life to the fullest. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the 89th book in our book reading series. And today I'm going to pick up a story from one of my very good friends. And I know him for approximately a decade now, who's a life warrior, a peaceful warrior, very profound, passionate, and purposeful person. By purposeful, I mean who has realized the highest possible purpose of life, his own individual journey. Very mature person, just 37 years old when it comes to walking on this planet Earth. He works with the Directorate of Health Services, Goa, and what a wonderful soul he is. We all go through failures, and it's all up to us how we embrace these failures. We very honestly and holistically, we introspect, take a deep dive, and ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Vasishtha Kotecha, the person I was talking about, Vasishtha Kotecha, and awakening to Swarg. Now, this is a wonderful story. This is a wonderful story. It has all put together 12 chapters, and as you know, I don't get into the full story of any book, be it a novel or maybe a storybook. It could be fiction or non-fiction. I just pick up one or two chapters and the essence of it. So, when it comes to this book, towards the back page, it says, Daya Shankar and Bhagyalakshmi Gupta are getting ready to attend the realization of their son Saransh Gupta's dream, the inauguration of Swarg, an institute for children with autism, and especially able children. Saransh Gupta is suffering from Menkes disease, diagnosed at the age of 6 years, a genetic disorder. The story is about the journey, the numerous events in the life of Saransh Gupta, which inspired him to create the institute called Swarg. It's about his awakening to Swarg. Well, now how shall I put it across? Now, so interesting and so insightful, if you ask me. I began reading this book more than a month now. I keep saying in my programs also, BD, birth and death, not in our control, but between the B and D, that C, choice, is very much in our control. How we live our life, despite of whatever lacunas or the so-called incompleteness we feel in our life. So how we can do that? Saransh, the protagonist of this book, of this story. Saransh meaning essence, and I infer the learning from this very name itself, Saransh, the essence of life, because life in itself is ups and downs. Even when you look at the cardiograph, it's ups and downs. That's what the life is all about. So how you keep going, as a champion says, I never fail. Either I win or I learn. I continuously learn, I continuously evolve. The very first chapter is all about, his parents are getting ready to get into an inaugural function of his institute made for the especially able children, including autism. And it's not just a very common institute of some kind of facilities or support, but also an institute where he is going to train, educate these children about life is so beautiful and you must keep going. Yeah. And the following words will describe it in goal: Swarg, Institute for Children with Autism and Differently Able Children. Yeah, it is 993 square feet in Lajpat Nagar in Delhi. And the story is all about what really mattered. The Swarg were described the words on the arc of the door of the entrance to Swarg were inscribed the words, "Embrace your darkness, and you will find the light within you." Very, very profound. He meets one of his college friends of art school, Ruby Mehra, and Ruby Mehra happens to be freelance journalist, and then she's looking up to certain good story for her career enhancement, and then Saran somehow is ready to tell his story of Swarg, how he is able to build this Swarg, this institute. And then the story goes like this, that he talks about, I'm going to get into all the chapters, because you need to buy this copy. It's very, very interesting book, very insightful book, and very, it will actually stir your heart, and my eyes actually got wet many times while going through this book, because it connects to every human beings. It's not just the story of Saransh being the essence of life, but we all have this kind of stories in our life. This is very much our story. Yeah, his childhood was not so easy, because he suffered from Menkes disease. Disease is basically a copper transport or copper related body, copper related disorder, and it can lead to neurological challenges, issues also many times. When it comes to your physiological growth as well. Yeah, and weakness, and your bones getting fractured. So it's a lot of challenge. So his childhood was not very, very pleasant, or not very happy. And then he talks about his beloved Shalini, and how Shalini also rejects him because of this disorder, this disease. And then yes, he decides to commit suicide, and he jumps into river Yamuna, and how he is rescued by Kishanji. Now there is a wonderful, now there is a very spiritual entry of Kishanji, and when I was going through this very chapter, and then I could recall this movie, Oh My God, of Akshay Kumar and Paresh Rawal, where Akshay Kumar, I'm sure you must have seen this movie, plays a character of Lord Krishna, and exactly on the similar lines, Vasishtha is able to make this character so lively, so touching in this book, in this story. And then he rescues his life, and he enables him, Kishanji enables him, the Saransh, to realize the highest purpose of life. And I could infer learning that it's okay to have heartbreak, it's okay to have heart crunch, but then we need to understand, even a lady love, or any love for that matter, should lead to an understanding or realization of the very pure love. The essence of love is that love actually frees you from every kind of attachment, even the person you are loving with. You no more depend, you no more crave physiologically or psychologically, and then you self realize that love is light, and in that light every bit is actually lit. And in fact, it multiplies your love, it magnifies your love. And if you are in true love with even someone, some person, then you can't hate anyone, that you are in love with everyone, and you don't suffer. In fact, true love ends all your sufferings. Therefore it is called love is God, God is love. So this is what, and in true love, though in the beginning, like prelude, one goes through that kind of viraha, and an emotion of not having your loved one, your beloved, and you may try to showcase something, and you will try to do something that you are so worthy enough in life. So but out of hobby, he's a great painter, Saransh, and he sketches many things, including a sketch of Shalini, his beloved. And one fine day, Kishanji says him, I have a friend at USA, and why don't you send all your paintings to USA to my brother? And Saransh is ready to send his paintings, but he says, Kishanji, I won't send this painting of Shalini because this is very close to my heart. I don't want that it should be away from me. So he holds that painting to himself, and after 3-4 months, then he returns home, and then he's very happy to see a few good $1 million check is receiving, and his paintings are very much appreciated at US. He is able to build this very good institute, very noble institute called Swarg. So, I mean, it's a simple story, but a story which everyone goes through in our life, because we all feel sometimes miserably fail, and we want to bounce back by showing that we all have certain strengths. So if you asked me to summarize, we all are endowed with certain gifts, divine gifts, certain strengths. I firmly believe that we all have certain strengths, divine gifts, and just observe those strengths despite of your financial incompleteness or maybe physiological incompleteness or something, whatever you go through in life. Focus on that, and believe me, your strengths can be converted into super strengths, and then no looking back, no looking back, and it's just moving forward. Keep moving forward. By keep moving, I mean holistically evolving, enabling peace and prosperity for all the beings. So thank you very much, Vasishtha, for sharing, which actually stirred my heart, and me and my wife, my family are grateful to you for authoring this book. It means a lot for us. I wish you all the best, that you keep writing, and I'm sure this is the beginning. This is your first book, I believe, and many more to come. Keep up the great work, like Saransh. Keep spreading the positive vibes, and let's make this world, this planet Earth, Mother Earth, a better place for all the beings. Thank you very much, Vasishtha. Thank you. कहते हैं यहाँ किसी को मुकम्मल जहाँ नहीं मिलता, किसी को ज़मीन तो किसी को आसमान नहीं मिलता. But the people who realize that there is no difference between so-called earth and so-called sky, then they are always living a life of great bliss. It's about dissolving all kinds of duets, all kinds of dualities, dichotomies, doubts, and dilemmas. Then you see that there is no division, there is just oneness, there is one continuity. Sky is definitely that all-pervading energy in which different kinds of clouds move, float, all the forms move now. So freedom is not an ability to move from one form to another form, but to realize that you are the very formless. You are that which is indivisible. The individual for me is being indivisible. That is the truest realization of an individual, that you are indivisible. You are that energy which is eternal, infinite. Then you don't have any complaints in life. कहते हैं ना कि अंधेरे की शिकायत करने की जगह वहाँ एक दिया जलाना बेहतर है. Vasishtha has done a wonderful job, a phenomenal job when it comes to layout of this book. It's so beautiful. It's very precise, this book, and the kind he has began, the way he has began, the very first chapter and the last chapter. It's like it will keep you engrossed. It will keep you interested, and you will feel as if it's your own story of life. So and very good vocabulary, anecdotes, examples. I really loved it. I think this is a very emotional story. This is a very story. This is the story which is close to everyone's heart. I strongly recommend to all my people, to all my families, my friends, that you should pick up this book. It's very much available online, and let's try to revisit ourselves, the purpose of our life. Thank you very much. Bye bye.